I'm always being asked how I started in the business and how I decided the way I was going to perform. I was working as a waitress. I know everybody wants to sing in a cocktail bar, but it wasn't. It was in a private members club in the centre of London. I was 20 years of age, and I was watching the girls. They had one an hour, one burlesque striptease performer an hour. And the shows in those days were about 20-25 minutes long. I mean, three tracks. We were using vinyl, and tracks were about 8 minutes long. So, you know, you're looking at quite a long act. A lot of the girls taped their acts, so we had cassettes. They had cassettes. Anyway, so I used to watch them. I was waitressing, but, you know, when somebody was on, you stopped your waitressing, people waited for their steak and chips, and you watched the show. You didn't make a noise. So there were quite a few girls. I'd love to find them. You know, search out. Find Sparkle. She was incredible. She was an ex-Royal Ballet performer. She grew too tall, and you can't be in the ballet when you're too tall, and she went into striptease, burlesque striptease. Watching Sparkle, incredible. You suddenly became aware of notes in the music that actually, if you listened to the track, you wouldn't have heard until you saw her move. She was just so graceful and elegant and beautiful. Then there were girls like a girl called Jeanette, who used to come on and do a drunk act, which I admit I copied, but with her permission, much later on. And she used to come on as a drunk. Brilliant. There was a girl called Miss Monique Starr, who used to be able to make all the muscles in her body pump by themselves. She used to make her buttocks jump. It sounds hilarious. She was actually quite serious, but it was brilliant, really fit. There was another girl that did a whole musical number. And the girl that did the musical stuff, that really, I don't know, resonated with me. I think because my mum and I had always watched, you know, what are the things I watch with my daughter now? Let me think. Singing in the Rain, Gypsy. Hey, I know it's corny, but works for me. Oh God, just all the musicals. I think I have more musicals than most of the video and DVD shops out there. So it's what I was brought up on. And when I saw this woman stripping to these things, it was just like, oh, incredible. And also the way she adapted what she was doing for kind of musical theatre. So it's kind of musical theatre with tits. It was fabulous. Anyway, I still didn't know this is what I was going to do. But I've always been a voyeur, a bit like you're being right now. I've always been a voyeur, so I studied, and I could see what worked, and I could see what didn't work. And some things work for some people because of their shape, because of their height, because of their personality, don't work for others. That's why very often when people mimic other acts, which happens a lot now, they don't do it as well. I always say if you're going to mimic someone, if you're going to copy somebody, first of all, don't steal their gimmick, because that upsets people. But if you're going to copy the style of an act, if you can't do it better, find a different style. Because you've got to make it memorable. You've got to make it unique, and you've got to make it yours.